Most founders sound exactly like the competition. If you want to be competitive in a crowded market, you can't just be better, you have to be different. I'm your host, Cameron Olds.
And I'm Dallin Merrill, and we're here to talk about how you can avoid being mistaken for your competition, differentiate your brand, and ultimately create a lasting competitive advantage for yourself in the market.
Welcome to Differentiate or Die. This episode of Differentiate or Die is brought to you by MessageOS. And by brought to you by, we mean written by.
If your team describes your product 10 different ways, your product is no longer differentiated. It's confusing, and so are your customers.
MessageOS helps big teams keep every sales deck, social caption, and support reply on message and on brand.
Clear, consistent, differentiated. Every time someone talks about you.
See how it works at protagonistcomms.co. Okay, Daryl, you're AI savvy at this point, would you say?
I would say I'm 40% savvy. Okay, maybe even less than that.
Compared to the average Joe?
Compared to the average Joe? Yes. I would say I'm more savvy than the average Joe by a decent amount.
Okay. So because you're so savvy, because you're such an AI nerd now, thanks to all the stuff we've been doing with MessageOS, would you ever attempt to build your own app using AI?
You mean no, I would not. I wouldn't trust myself to do it. I don't feel like I have the programming skills involved there.
You mean you don't trust it to just build a working app for you without you having to intervene at all?
No. I mean, if it depends what the app was for. If it was just like a fun, like, hey, I want to do this for fun, like try to build myself an app. Yeah, like I might do that, but I don't care enough about coding. Like that's my family. Like it's my dad. Like he's a programmer. My brother's a programmer. So like that's their thing. I found my own niche. I like stay away from programming if I can. But yeah. So it doesn't like. Could I? Maybe yes. Does it entice me at all? Like, is it exciting to me? No. So are we talking about code making AI bots?
We are. Can you name the two that we're talking about, though?
Yeah, I think I can.
Stop searching. Stop searching, you cheater. I'm looking at you and I'm looking at you typing.
Retool.
Incorrect. Even when you cheat, you can't get it right.
Oh, man. Well, that was the first one that came up. So that's all I've got, Cameron.
So our dev, Adam, we're talking about one that he's using yesterday. So we're talking about Cursor.
Yeah.
And the other one we're talking about is Replit. Cursor versus Replit today.
Why don't those even come up when I search it? That's interesting.
I don't know.
Neither of them.
What did you search?
Yeah, just code making AI bots.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, maybe it was maybe they're not working on those. Anyway, but Cursor versus Replit. So we have entered into, I think this is our first AI episode on an AI product, is it not? That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Taken us this long.
These are definitely like heavy AI.
Yeah, heavy AI.
Yeah.
So the whole idea with them is you could use it to theoretically code and build your own applications without having to know how to code. Now, like you, I think I and many others have grown very skeptical of that promise because we're building our own app called MessageOS at the moment. And our dev, Adam, is using, I think, Cursor to kind of just testing it out to see what it can do. And he confirmed what I think you and I have felt for a long time, which is, sure, it's really, really good if you already know how to code. Like, you got to check its work. It's not going to build something that you can just deploy, at least right now. It's not going to build something that you can just deploy sight unseen. You got to know how to code and all that stuff. So it'd be interesting today to see if Replit and Cursor actually double down on that promise where you can build anything and ship it. without having to know how to code, or if they're like actually coming down to reality and messaging a little bit more practically. So are you ready to jump in?
Yeah, I want to interject here too. It feels like it depends on their target audience, right? If they're talking to someone that wants a very simple game or something very simple, I bet it could do it.
Sure.
You know, like I bet it could. But if you're like doing something any more complex with that than that, like I bet it's a lot more difficult. And so who's your target audience? Like it feels like you're still going to want a dev worker on it. It's more, the messaging to me should change to be more like, we help developers cut time on code building, you know, because that's what it's doing for a lot of people right now.
Yeah, 100%. Well, let's see what they message. So let's take a look at Replit. So if you go to replit.com, this is what you get. The H1 says, turn your ideas into apps. The H2 says, what will you create? The possibilities are endless. And then below that, it has like a little chat box where you can like input a prompt, I think. And it says, make me a business tool for HR managers that helps track project budgets and resource allocation. And then a button down there that says, start building with AI. So, Daryl Merrill, what are your initial thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, do you think this is kind of what you were saying? Like they're just saying, whatever idea you have, we'll create the app for it. Like we'll just do it for you, and it's easy, and we can just do it. It's easy. But it feels like a fake promise a little bit.
Could be.
You know, like, I mean, not that maybe you're right. Maybe they double down and they get so good that it will. Like, they'll be able to do it. But it feels like so far currently it's really just helping. So, I don't know.
In terms of clarity, I dig it. I think it could be a little clearer. Turn your ideas into apps, that's pretty clear. I don't know what it is. It's like missing an anchor. It's missing like a product category. Well, it's a use case. Make me a business tool for HR. That's a use case. So I understand what it is.
It doesn't say anything about code though.
No, it doesn't. 100% it doesn't. Let's scroll down and see. Okay, so the second header says trusted by founders and Fortune 500. From scrappy startups to established enterprises, teams everywhere ship faster and deliver more value with Replit. Okay, interesting. I mean, so they have such a wide target audience.
Yeah, I actually think that one's really good.
Which, the H2 or the H1?
Both are good.
Yes.
For me, my biggest thing when we initially started looking into using something like this, my biggest thing was like, it's going to be crappy code. You know?
Right. Like, that's what we were saying at the beginning.
Yeah. So like this to me is actually cool. It's like, okay, no, like actually Fortune 500 companies do this. Like,
gotcha. Yeah. Definitely got some street cred.
Yeah.
Then you got a whole bunch of different
yeah.
companies. Rocket, My Doctor, Batch Data, Spellbook. I mean, none of these are Fortune 500. If they have Fortune 500, why don't they? Anyway. So moving on, we have the next section, which says Agent 3 by Replit. So this looks like one of their new products. The most autonomous agent for building production-ready apps. Okay, so we got success language down here. Build and refine your app with Agent. Start by telling Replit Agent what kind of app or site you want to build. Then keep improving it by giving the agent feedback. Agent will automatically searches the web as needed to ensure it has access to the latest information. Cool. Easily import designs from tools like Figma and perfect them with Visual Editor. Okay, cool. That's interesting. This is what you and I would call benefits. You know, this is the benefits of having, or this is just the features and benefits of the tool. Integrate securely with built-in services like database and Auth Plus, third-party tools. Yeah, so all this is just benefits, features and benefits language. It's cool to see what you can do with it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ooh, okay, cool. Here's some interesting stuff. The next section says the safest place for vibe coding. Interesting. Vibe coding makes software creation accessible to everyone entirely through natural language, whether it's personal software for yourself and the family, a new business coming to life, or internal tools for your workplace. Replit is the best place for anyone to build. Okay, you know what, dude? That, yeah, I like that. That needs to be up with the H1 for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I had the
Yes.
same thought. Like that needs to be the H1 right here. Like, because this
100%.
is what it's all about. This is way more clear than what they initially had. Not that what they had was bad. Like I didn't think it was super unclear, but this is exactly what it is.
Yeah, this is great product. You and I would call it product language, great description of what it is you're actually using. Because you're saying vibe coding, like this is the product category, vibe coders, right? Everyone's just, but like the natural, entirely through, let's see, vibe coding makes software creation accessible to everyone entirely through natural language. Like that's such a huge value prop. Like what a cool thing. Like that should be the H2.
Yeah.
Or vibe, yeah, like that's super clear. It's super clear because it just explains exactly what the product is. And probably we'll have to see if they're actually differentiated. But this natural language component of I can code an app without having to know C++ or Python or all these different code languages. All I have to know is English or whatever language I'm in, and I can build an app just with my own natural language. That's a cool differentiator compared to like what it was before with devs. You had to hire a dev or whatever.
Yeah.
Why do you like it?
Oh, the natural language part to me too. Like nowhere has it said that clearly, on the website yet. Like, okay, you're saying anybody can create it. Great, awesome. Anybody can learn Python somehow. I don't know.
Right.
It, to me is like, yes, like anybody can create it easily because all you have to do is talk to it like a human being. Like,
right.
Yeah, this is great. This is really great.
You could also see maybe like an alternative positioning where it's like an alternative to hiring dozens of devs. Now all you need is like 2.
Yeah.
With this, like this is so much clearer than what they have. Why don't you think that they put this up here? Vibe coding, why don't you think they put that up at the top? I don't know, because like this is decently clear, but it's not like, I don't know. What do you think? Because like what they have is okay, but what they had below is much better. Why is it much better?
That's a really good question. I don't even hate this. Like, I think it's decent. And maybe what they're going for here is differentiation because they're focusing on application, like coding, maybe. Like, maybe they're focused more on apps instead of websites, but I don't know. But at least in the H2, say something about the coding being natural language. That's all I want.
Agreed,
like,
that's what it's missing.
That's all I care about up here is like, this is fine. It's a fine H1, but just include that you can code with natural language.
Yeah. No, I think you diagnosed it pretty perfectly. Yeah, 100%. It's just you got to include, that's like the big differentiating factor. I don't know if it's differentiating between Replit and Cursor. Probably not because they're the same thing. But yeah, like for the rest of the world, like doing just normal dev work, like that's a huge thing, just natural. Yeah, that definitely needs to be there because it's great product language and it's maybe even great like outcome language. Yeah, I think that's great. Should we see if they are consistent?
I just want to say something here. I feel like your H1 or your H2, like there are going to be aspects of that with your competitors that are the same. Of course, right? Like both of them are going to need to say natural language coding somewhere in there, like to be clear about what you're doing. And then tell them why you're different,
Yes. Something only you can say.
Yeah, like when we say differentiate, that doesn't mean you have to confuse. You still want them to know what you're doing and what's the same about both companies, but you also have to have both aspects in there.
Yeah, for sure. Totally agree. Let's see. Let's take a look at their LinkedIn page. You ready?
Yeah.
So here is Replit's LinkedIn page. Apps, agents, automation, build anything with Replit Agent 3, database, user login, and enterprise controls built in. Okay, so they're using their bio to advertise their new agent, Agent 3. Okay, that's fine. What about? Replit is the agentic software creation platform that enables everyone to build applications using natural language. Okay, so that's in the overview. With millions of users worldwide and over 500,000 business users, Replit is democratizing software development by removing traditional barriers to application creation. I mean, it's wordy, but it's cool, and I wish some of this would be up here in like the bio tagline.
Yeah. The bio's a little confusing.
Yeah. They're just using it, it's just a marketing tactic. They're just using it as short-term leverage for a new launch, which I guess can
Cameron,
be cool.
I'm going to give them...
Wait, we haven't even looked at their X account yet. We haven't looked at their X account. Here we go. Ready? Here is their X account. Idea to app fast. Create beautiful modern web applications at the speed of thought. It's stupid. With the power of Replit's AI agent. Okay, I mean...
That fits their H1
ideas
on
to
the
app
website.
Fast, yes. So it says turn your ideas into apps. On the website, on X, it says idea to app fast. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I mean...
Yeah.
Sorry. Pass judgment on them in terms of in terms of consistency. Give a little preview of what you're thinking.
Consistency, I didn't think they were super consistent on LinkedIn. They are consistent on X. But I'll give them a half star for consistency.
Yeah, I'd say that too. I wish there's room to be even more consistent. And I wish they would put we'll talk about this later, but I wish they would put their differentiated, I wish they would put more of the natural language in there somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
I want
cool.
to do clarity too with Replit. I'm going to give them, I'm going to give them a half star on clarity too. Because they did decent. I know what it is. I wish they would have said natural language somewhere on all three parts, all three, on X, on LinkedIn, on their main webpage. I really wish they would have put that, and then it would be way more clear. But they did a decent job at using StoryBrand framework and using some of that language. They used it down below, so they're not awful. They did a decent job, so I'm going to give them a half star. So far they have 1 star.
Yeah, I'd give them a half star on clarity. I mean, I get the vibe. I get the vibe of what they are. I don't get the clear aha moment. I completely understand what you're doing on any of their sites, on their website, on LinkedIn, or on X. Like, it should be, I agree. It should be some type of natural language development tool is what it should be. Vibe coding, even vibe coding, natural language development tools should be in there somewhere.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I mean, it also says build anything with Agent 3. It's
unclear.
Build an app, build an agent, build an automation. That doesn't mean to me that you're coding the website for me, or coding the app for me. Nothing there helps me understand that.
No. Are you ready to look at cursor.com?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Here is cursor.com. Built to make you extraordinarily productive, Cursor is the best way to code with AI.
There you go.
We've got what you and I would call hero language, or outcome. What's the outcome everyone's looking for? Extraordinarily productive. I like that. So we've got good hero language and product language. Cursor is the best way to code with AI. I don't know about the best way. I feel like you need to qualify that with some type of differentiated value. Say something that only you can say. But it is clear. Code with AI. I do dig that. That's super clear to me.
Yeah, super clear, and a different target audience. This is what I was saying before we even hopped on these, that one of these companies shouldn't be so specific about we're just going to create the app for you. No, they're saying that we're going to help you become a more productive coder.
Interesting. What if we scroll down? Let's see here. Agent turns ideas into code. A human AI programmer, orders of magnitude more effective than any developer alone. That sentence was very confusing.
Yeah, I mean, but more effective than any developer alone is the best part there.
Agreed. Yeah.
right?
That would be, I would call that hero language, maybe even success language after, because success language has to come after the outcome language. You have to state the outcome. Yeah. So I one of those two. Yeah, I think it could be said clearer. It's a really wordy sentence, kind of a complex sentence.
Yeah.
A human AI programmer. I don't know what that means. Human AI, like, is there a cyborg programming? I don't understand what human AI means. But I do love the orders of magnitude more effective than any developer alone. That's really good. I dig that.
Yeah.
Magically accurate autocomplete. Our custom tab model predicts your next action with striking speed and precision. Okay, cool. So now we're getting into features. That's cool success language. Okay, I do like this structure. So if they did structure, I think the formatting's a little weird. The design kind of makes it weird to see. It's just kind of, there's no header. It's just bolded. But if you did go, hey, cursor is more effective than any developer alone, and then you follow that up with this feature that's magic autocomplete, that shows you how it's more effective because it's faster.
Yeah.
It predicts you. That's interesting. I do like that setup. Everywhere software gets built. Cursor is in GitHub reviewing your PRs, a teammate in Slack, and everywhere else you work. Okay, cool. So that's interesting feature. The new way to build software. I would even love that more as an H1.
Yeah, kind of. I like their H1 better.
Best way to code with AI, yeah. It definitely could be a substitute. Now we're just...
Oh, wait, can you scroll up just a little bit? Go down a bit. This one, it's official. I hate vibe coding. I love cursor tab coding. It's wild.
Oh, so that's interesting. But like this tab coding, if that was an interesting thing that they were doing differently, they need to tout that. Especially if people are comparing cursor to Replit. I don't even know what tab coding is.
Me neither. I have no idea what those mean.
Our tab model predicts your next... Okay, so it looks like vibe coding just writes the code for you, but tab coding, like you're in the file writing code, but it's predicting and kind of filling in things ahead of you for you to review. So you're like, you can go faster through a code thing and check their work as you go, but it's filling in some of the stuff for you. You're kind of proofreading it as you go. See, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I dig that.
That is cool.
Because that is an alternative to vibe coding. Cursor is an applied team focused on building the future of coding. Okay, so now they're into like hiring, talking about the team. Cool. Try Cursor now. Okay, cool. Interesting. Let's see about their LinkedIn. Ooh. Here we go. Cursor is the best way to code with AI. Kudos for what would you say?
Consistency,
100%. It's
good.
Yeah. I don't like the best way.
Me neither.
It's kind of, how would you verify that? It's marketing speak. I think you just somehow, but like kudos for consistency. What about their X account? There it is. The best way to code with AI. Cool.
Wow.
They get a
using
star.
Message OS, Cameron?
They should be if they're not.
It looks like they don't need it because they're already doing it well.
Yeah, definitely full star on consistency. That's fantastic for them.
Yeah.
On clarity, what would you give them on clarity?
Honestly, I'd give them a star.
You would?
Yes, because their target audience is programmers. Like, some of that confusing speak is fine because I don't know. Programmers are confusing in themselves. They're
a
kind of
human
strange.
AI programmer, though? That's not clear.
All right. I'm still giving them a star. I thought it was pretty good. And they followed a lot of story brand structure. They just...
Be specific.
I'm not saying it's
What did they follow?
perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect, Cameron, but I can't give in between a half star and a full star. And so, go up to top. Go up to the top. Built to make you extraordinarily productive. Cursor is the best way to code with AI. Like, that to me is really clear.
Yeah, I mean, I guess where I'm hung up is it could be clearer to make me go, oh, that's awesome. If you could do instead of make you extraordinarily productive, you could say built to make devs extraordinarily productive, and I would love it. That would send me over the edge. Cursor is the best
I
way to
actually
code
really
AI.
like that. Yeah.
If they could just be a little more specific.
Yeah.
I think
That's the thing, though. Like, I don't... to me, it's not enough to give a half a star. Like, I feel like it's already pretty good. So I'm giving him a full star. 2 full stars. And actually a third one for differentiation. I felt like they were different from...
how? Ooh, tell me why. How do you think
Well,
they're
because of
different?
their target audience.
But they didn't say dev, though. How do you... Like, what makes you
Okay.
think they're doing a different...
They totally are. I mean, they also had... It's tab coding. It's helping you code, right? It's not doing it for you. And that's where the development part comes in. They did not... You're right. They didn't say developers specifically, and they should have. And that would have totally put it over the edge for both of those. So maybe you're right. Maybe it's a half a star for clarity because they didn't put that in there. But definitely a full star for differentiation between the two. Or the other way around. So either way, they get 2.5 stars for me.
Oh, I don't know if I can give him differentiation. I don't know if I can give him a star for differentiation. I don't even know if I can give him a half star.
What?
They weren't clear enough that they were for developers specifically for me to say, yes, you're different.
So is that
You
a
could
clarity
infer-
problem or a differentiation problem?
Probably both, honestly. Like, you would have to make that super clear. They weren't clear enough. Like, you could infer, and I think that's what you were doing, I think you could infer it was for developers, but they didn't come out and explicitly say that it's supposed to be for developers. And that, for me, is why I'm out. They're not. I major props for consistency. That takes serious. That's great that they were consistent across the whole thing. I would maybe give them a half star for clarity. I do think they were clearer. I did like them, and I'll give them a half star for differentiation. So 2 stars. I'll give them 2
All
stars.
right.
I'll give
That
them 2
sounds
stars.
good to me, Cameron.
They just weren't clear enough. If they would have been like, here to make developers more productive, it's the best way to code with AI, or it's the most efficient, I don't know. Like, I'd give them 3 stars across the board, but they didn't. They were 99% there. And I can't give them, out of good conscience, I can't give it to them.
Well, I think this is a really good case of sometimes your clarity affects your differentiation.
Ooh, clear, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Elaborate
I
on
agree
that.
with you. I am inferring a bit here, and that's why I gave them more marks than you did. You shouldn't have to infer. Like, that shouldn't be a thing on your website. So if you guys are struggling with that, if you feel like you're not sure if your target audience is actually understanding what you're saying, come to protagonistcoms.co. We'll clear you up. We'll make it better. And hopefully next time, people don't shy away from your website because they don't understand what you do. Thanks for joining us. See you guys next time.
See you.